Are we close to getting a comeback for Tyson Fury? I asked that question. Why? Because he's been a lot more active on Instagram, certainly with posting, clips of his day and so on and so forth. But he's recently been back in his boxing gym. I believe that's in Morecambe, where he has the gym based, and releasing some footage of himself on the heavy bag. Now, listen, right? I've seen people say he looks razor sharp. I've seen other people say he looks terrible. At the end of the day, I look at that clip and think he's literally just chucking punches at a bag. That's essentially what he's doing. I don't think Tyson Fury himself was necessarily trying to look good. I think this is maybe more of a tease. Because although, and he's done this before, Tyson Fury, I remember when he went to Joshua versus Dubois, he was there at that fight. That was one of the first times I looked at him and thought, this was in the run up to the second Usyk fight, and I was like, are you looking a little bit out of shape? Because he wore all black, and he certainly did look a little bit heavier than certainly I thought he would be. And I know on the weigh-in he weighed a career heaviest. He did wear a big heavy leather jacket as well. So, and you don't know what's in the pockets of them. So, was he heavier than he was first time around? Yes, but he wasn't like crazy. I don't think he was really 281 pounds thereabouts that he was officially for the Usyk fight, considering the fact that he had, like, again, a big flipping heavy jacket on. So you can knock a bit of weight off for that. But in the clip, he's in black. He's wearing a black t-shirt, so you can kind of... Fury's always had a soft midriff. He's never going to be the body beautiful type. Like, the best shape I ever seen Tyson Fury in, myself and Ade talked about it in the Q&A last night, we both agreed the best shape we ever seen him in was for the David Haye fight, which never happened. But if you see him in the run-up to that fight, he looked good. I mean, but even then, he's not chiseled. I don't think that's ever going to be Tyson Fury's game. Certainly not now. I don't think that's ever going to be. I don't think it's ever going to be him. But he didn't look in terrible shape. He certainly didn't. For someone who's quote unquote retired, is he, Mr. Universe, Mr. Lean? No, he never has been. But he doesn't look like he's ballooned in weight. Do you remember? And obviously, look, you got to take it in context. The one of many retirements he's had, but the first hiatus he had from the ring. Now, I know there was a lot of issues going along with Tyson Fury back then. Alcohol, substance abuse issues, all that. But he ballooned to a crazy weight. And even if you remember, when he was in... Because Fury's always been someone who yo-yos up and down in between weights, between fights, whether he's quote-unquote retired or not. And what a lot of kind of newer boxing fans don't understand, they think that's just been recent. No, it's been throughout the course of his career. I mean, if you go on BoxRec, I mean, you will see some pretty damn... Even with Peter Fury, when Peter Fury was training Tyson, when he was more... I want to say he was more consistent with his performance as opposed to, consistent with his weight. He would weigh maybe in the 240s one fight, 260s the next, 250s, blah, 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 but he's more consistent with his performance. You've seen less of the Francis Ngannou performances of Tyson Fury. You've seen less of the Otto Wallin performances with Tyson Fury when he was with Pete Fury there, or Peter Taylor there, Kate Taylor's dad. I don't know why that name came into my mind, but Peter Fury, you've seen less of that. He looks not in great shape, but not terrible shape at the same time. So it implies to me he is still keeping himself somewhat, I don't want to say necessarily fighting shape per se, but ready to start camp and not have to make it a fat camp, so to speak. He does look like that. Now, again, I'm only just looking at this thinking, why did you show yourself shadow boxing when you're quote unquote retired? You're, back in the gym, you're doing a bit more training. I know he's working with his wife Paris, and you're looking and you're kind of like, what's going on here? What's going on here? I know he has that football thing. I can't remember what it's called. In June, I think, like a celebrity thing. I know he's that coming up. I think he's the manager. I don't think he's actually playing in it. But after that, you kind of look and think, between now and the end of the year, that's only 6 months into the year. We've still got another 6 months to go. What might happen between now and then? I've long since said that I reckon Fury will come back. I think that the retirement thing, it could have been a variety of things. I mean, like with Fury, I just can't envision him retiring in the front seat of a car. It might have been a van, actually, it looked more like a van. But I can't envision him doing that. That's how I go out of the sport. And especially after back-to-back losses. I can't envision that being Tyson Fury's depart legacy, so to speak. I suspect he will like to make another go at this. I think he may possibly wait until a certain Mr. Alexander Usyk has decided, here go the belts, here are my gloves, screw you guys, I'm going home. Could be waiting for that, but I wonder, is he waiting to see what happens with Anthony Joshua? Because Joshua apparently can't train properly until May, June, thereabouts. So we're not looking at Joshua back in the ring until maybe August, September, October. Ample time. If you're starting camp, say in like July for an October date, ample time, more than enough time. So could we potentially see something? Could we potentially be near an announcement with Tyson Fury than we actually think? And potentially Anthony Joshua, because Joshua seems in a good place. He's been around in Nigeria, still doing training. He actually seems like he's in a good headspace too. So could we be getting closer to something? I don't necessarily know. But in one sense, I think the fight has lost steam. Joshua Fury, it absolutely has. Joshua, we're not really expecting that much in this comeback. Tyson Fury, we just don't know. So it has lost a bit of steam. But nevertheless, it's a massive fight UK side. It's massive. You look at Ben Eubank, and I expect that fight to do very well, to be honest with you. I think it's going to do good numbers. You look at Ben Eubank, and you think, all right, there's beef there. Slapping him with the egg, that really did sell it. But you look at that and you think, even now, with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, even at this point in their respective careers, that would absolutely, whomp that fight right into the ground. It really would. And that's with two fighters who are literally in the twilight of their career. Let's be real. If Tyson Fury is retired, if he comes back, we're not expecting him to stay in boxing for long. If he does come back, he might stay for 2-3 more fights, tops, max, even. So, I think that it would still probably outsell two guys. One of them, we don't know if he's in his prime anymore, but the other guy, we could say he is. And it would still outsell that, I think. So a lot of legs left in this story, I believe. Let's wait and see what happens in the coming weeks. There's a lot of announcements coming in the way in boxing. Shows being announced left, right and centre. Heavyweight action. The heavyweight division is on fire, as it always is. A lot to come with Dubois and Usyk. So stay tuned. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Fury hitting the bag. I'm not going to talk about whether he looked good or not. He was hitting the bag. Like, you can see guys and they look good in the bag. You can see guys and they don't. This was just like a real, like, I'm flicking my shots out. Look at me, I'm on the bag. I'm flicking. It was nothing. But the fact he's doing that, let's see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.